afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Booley. It's midway through the week and September is flying by, and it feels like only yesterday when we were wrapped up in cozy blankets, and now we're about to welcome summer. And today in the loft, we're joined by Pasella presenter Crystal Donna Roberts, who's just been in a film, Crystal Donna Roberts, excuse me, who's just been in a film that's nominated for a Golden Lion Award at the Venice Film Festival. We also chat to her about her stage show, Sina in the Suburbs. I'm obviously the only girl in the loft today, but if a gentlemanly Danilo is in the kitchen.
Yes, hello South Africa. Welcome to a hump day right here on Afternoon Express. I'm joined by an absolute legend in the theatre and TV world, Ivan Abrahams. Very warm welcome to our loft.
Thank you.
So Ivan, this is obviously live television, very different to what you've done before, right? So
yes.
Maybe later on in the show I'm going to trick you into doing a link for us and you can extend your career into TV.
No, not at all.
I also heard you're a big foodie. You love food.
Yes, I love food.
Curry your favourite?
Yes. That's
and
my
your
favorite.
worst?
What do you call it? The jam. Jam-soaked sandwiches, because at school, you know, all my friends had a leg of lamb and cheese, and I opened mine with golden syrup soaked bread.
The outside's gold crispy afterwards after school. We all remember those. We'll chat more about these stories later on the show. We're also joined by Claire, our favourite food stylist and chef. So Claire, today we're making something that I think every South African loves, right? It is fried chicken.
Yeah, luckily no jam in the kitchen today. Fried chicken indeed, but with a Korean inspiration. So lots of delicious flavors and crunchy.
Yum, yum, yum. I also heard we're going with a very delectable dish today in our loft. We're going to be making something with squid and octopus. Making like an octopus, which is going to be very, very exciting later on in the show. You, however, don't forget to go to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. There are some incredible recipes just waiting for you to make with us live right here on air on Afternoon Express. And if you want to get involved with us on the show today, 083-913-3728 is the number you can dial. Otherwise, find us on Facebook, Afternoon Express, and then on Twitter, our handle is Afternoon Chat. But don't forget to use that hashtag, Afternoon Express. Right now, though, Bonnie is standing by on the couch with our first guest.
Thank you, Danilo. Now, we got to know her as the bubbly presenter on SABC2's lifestyle show, Pasella. But since then, she's spread her wings and is now wowing audiences with her acting abilities on the international scale. Joining us on the couch is actress and TV personality Crystal Donna Roberts.
Hello, Bonnie.
Welcome, Crystal.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you. Wow, so now the Venice Film Festival was founded in 1932, and it's one of the top 3 ones alongside Berlin and Cannes. And your film has been nominated for a Golden Lion Award. What does that feel like?
Well, just the mere fact that it is the very first South African film to go to the Venice Film Festival. It's amazing. I feel so blessed to be part of something like that. And I hope and I think that this means a lot for South African cinema, you know, to just take it even bigger on a much more international scale. So.
What was it like sitting in the audience and feeling how it was being received? And I'm sure you got a standing ovation at the end of it.
We didn't get a standing ovation, but what was amazing was just realizing that people like Elizabeth Banks and Diane Kruger, who were on the judges panel, that they watched the show. And I remember standing outside of the cinema, and then I heard these, footsteps running down the staircase. And then I looked up and Elizabeth Banks brushed past me, and she was sitting like a couple of rows behind me in the same cinema. So for people like that to witness, your work while you are sitting in the same room, it's crazy. It's amazing.
And when you're so young and you've got your whole life ahead of you and there's still so much to do. Tell us about the character that you play in the film.
I play the role of Tiny Solomons, and she is from the small town of Rivier Sonder End, which is where the film also gets its name from. And she welcomes her husband home. Yes, she welcomes her husband home. He spent 4 years in prison. And her name is Tiny. It's a nickname of hers, but it's also because everything about her is tiny. The way she speaks is tiny. She doesn't have the most confidence in the world, and she's quite a soft-spoken person. So also for someone like that to go through a husband being in prison, I can only imagine what it must be like for someone who was so soft to experience something like that.
Right. Now, we've also seen you host a lifestyle show, Pasella, gallivanting around South Africa. What are some of the highlights on that show for you?
One of my favorite places to go to is the Northern Cape. The people are just amazing. I remember I was so scared to get onto a donkey cart because donkeys can be crazy. And I remember that I had to get onto this donkey cart and the donkey just wouldn't stand still. So every time I want to get on, it moves. So eventually I literally jump onto it and there it just goes away with me. But the people in the Northern Cape are so friendly. They are so hospitable. You eat so amazingly there. So any chance that I get to go to the Northern Cape is just slacker.
One thing I forgot to mention about the film festival is that you looked absolutely ravishing on the red carpet. I think we have a picture of you. Ooh. Oh, my gosh. And there's handsome next to you. Oh.
That is Oliver Hermanus and Nicolas Duvarchel.
Yes. Now, Oliver Hermanus also directed Squinhead. Yes. What was it like working with him?
Oliver knows exactly what he wants, and that is an amazing thing to have in a director as an actress. There were days where he would work you, you know, to the point where you don't know if you can do it anymore, but he pushes you to a level that he wants you to be at. And Oliver just has this amazing quality of knowing how to work with actors.
And bring out the best in them.
Exactly, and he understands that, for example, if you and I were to work together in something, we are two completely different people. So he would know that he must work differently with you than what he works with me. So that was
so insightful.
I know, you know.
You also do beautiful stage work. You're in Scenery in the Suburbs. Tell us about Scenery in the Suburbs.
Scenery in the Suburbs came to me, honestly, as a blessing. The character that I played, Timmy, she is probably the most difficult character that I have played so far. Still in the process of doing Scenery, obviously with like every job that you do, you know, you grow as an actress and everything is a challenge.
Yes.
And what is so lovely about this play is that I feel there's always something to like just scratch more away from. You can really dig into it. And the script demands your full attention, you know. And I mean, getting to work with people like Ivan and Charlene and Crystal and Brendan. I've worked with Crystal and Brendan before, but now it's like, you know, in a working with them together in one play. It's been quite a crazy journey.
No, your career sounds incredible so far. I mean, what can we expect from you? You also do theatre for children, right?
Yes.
That's a very different space. Where do you have? Tell us about Floy.
Floy, this year was my second year doing Floy. And Floy is always, it feels like you are part of a rock show, you know, because the kids there, they know the character of Floy, and it's not their first time coming to watch Floy. And the thing about performing for children is that you cannot lie to them. Children know.
I know that as a parent, even as parents, you can't lie.
Exactly, and you would probably know that if you lose their attention, it's very, very difficult to get it back. And the only way that you can lose their attention is if you aren't convincing. So even though you are doing children's theatre, you completely believe in what is happening as well. So you yourself are also like a little kid, you know, in this fantasy world. And you are telling a story about a magical key that teleports you to, like, you know, strange places. So it's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, your career is definitely one to watch, and I'll be glued. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
After the break, I make us some Korean-style fried chicken, and we speak to veteran actor Ivan Abrahams. And don't forget to enter our Go Green SMS competition. All the details for this week's question are available on our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. Remember, there are less than 2 weeks left until we draw a winner for the ultimate grand prize. Take a look.
The Afternoon Express team is going green. Join us every Tuesday at 4 p.m. until September as we bring you the most innovative trends in sustainable fashion, food, decor and design, as well as handy tips to help you reduce your carbon footprint.
Answer our Go Green question every Tuesday and stand a chance to win a R1,000 Woolies gift card every week.
Plus, simply by entering, you also go into the big draw for the ultimate grand prize worth over R500,000.
Including a dream sustainable kitchen makeover from Cordev, fitted with Bosch appliances with R300,000. Also, up to R250,000 worth of home upgrades so you can live off the grid. Plus, food and homeware from Woolworths valued at R75,000. And a R25,000 towards a school of your choice with My School.
So, go big, go green with Afternoon Express every Tuesday at 4 p.m. to win these amazing prizes.
Express. Elise and I collaborating to raise 100 million rand through the My School program. Are you with us?
Welcome back to Afternoon Express here on SABC3. Now, I'm with Claire Winstanley, our WCW of every day here in the loft. And today we're making Korean fried chicken, right?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, awesome.
So, sort of take on it. It's not 100% authentic. But, the first sort of step to Korean fried chicken is marinating before and after you fry. So what we've done here is taken some chili, some garlic powder, salt and pepper, and just let that sit for about 30 minutes in the fridge.
Okay.
Just to kind of draw out all that flavor and really allow the skin to get crispy by adding the salt to the edges. Then we're going to start to crumb it. So first things first, buttermilk. Love buttermilk.
All the times that I've tried deep fried chicken, right, is it like it's crispy and lovely on the outside, but it's just not well cooked on the inside.
So
is there a trick to that?
You probably got your oil too high, so it's browning and getting gold on the outside before it's actually cooking on the inside. So reduce the temperature probably down to about 160, and then cook it for longer.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're just dipping it into the buttermilk over here. Do you want to, now that my finger's all dirty over here, do you want to add our chili, our 5-spice and garlic powder? You can actually just pop it all here.
Okay, pop it in here?
Yep, into the flour.
Everything?
All of it. Go for it.
Okay, let me just...
You want a nice spicy
make it easy
chicken.
for myself.
Just scoop it all in there. And you can use the whisk just to kind of evenly distribute it amongst the flour. So we're going to dunk it into our buttermilk and then into that flour mix, and then you're going to get frying over there.
I'm going to fry it? Wow,
yes, you are.
What fun.
So our oil is hot, so you want to be careful. Don't let the kids do this at home. You want to do it. And preferably wear an apron. I see we're not.
Yes.
Wear an apron so that you don't end up with oil spitted and spattered all over you.
Cool.
Okay, let's dunk that in there. And to make it extra crispy and crunchy, we're going to double dip. So
double dip.
My fingers are clean here, even though they're getting very dirty now. Back into the buttermilk.
I can actually feel the heat of that oil coming at me.
Are you scared?
A bit. And of course, pop over to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za for the full recipe and shopping list.
Okay, so here's piece number 1. Let's get it nice and coated. Just shake off the excess. Shake off the excess. Let's use the tongs just so that you don't burn yourself.
Okay, cool.
And then don't drop it into the oil. You want to sort of gently
place it
into the oil.
Okay.
So, just pull the back of those tongs open and then it'll...
Oh, of course.
And then it widens it. Pull.
There is an easier push, pull.
There we go.
Okay. There is an easier way, of course.
Okay, slowly lower that into it. So you want that.
Okay.
You want that sizzle.
Yes, you want it.
If you don't have a thermometer to check the oil, just take a little bit of the batter and pop it in, and it should rise to the top, sizzle, golden, crackle, and pop.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and then there goes the next one. Okay, I'm going to leave you to keep doing this.
To do it.
Even though my fingers are all dirty here, let's give them a wipe down.
Okay. And why buttermilk? Is it because it's thicker?
It's a beautiful flavour. I love the flavour. A little bit of sourness, and it's just a really delicious flavour.
Okay.
Okay, so once the chicken's fried, we're gonna the temperature, like I said, is about 160, slightly lower, so it's not gonna burn before it cooks on the inside. We're gonna serve it with this delicious, as I said, a bit of a mix going on here in terms of flavours. But there's this delicious chipotle seasoning at Woolworths at the moment, and I couldn't resist. So we've got a chipotle buttermilk dip to mix to match up with the crumb over there.
How would you describe the chipotle flavour? It's quite a Mexican vibe. Hey.
It's a smoky, very smoky flavour, dry and jalapeno. So quite effectively, it's smoky and spicy. Delicious.
Spicy.
For this dip, we've got some of a little bit of yogurt there, double cream yogurt.
Okay.
Some creme fraiche, also a yummy, tangy flavour just to add to that dip.
Okay.
And then some mayo. Sounds strange? It's amazing. Amazing. So what am I saying? That's not yogurt. That was the buttermilk that we just added in there.
Okay.
And then we're just going to mix it up. How's the chicken looking over there? Good?
My chicken's looking good.
So typically with Korean fried chicken, you want to double fry it. So you're going to take it out.
Do you want to fry it for quite a while?
Yeah,
or take it out and then refry it?
Take it out, bring the temperature back up, fry it again. You're going to get extra crunch to it. It's very classical to have a nice, crispy skin.
Oh, wow,
Let's
yummy.
season this.
Okay.
A little bit of pepper.
And you can do this with any part of the chicken. I
definitely
obviously want to do it with chicken wings.
Drumsticks are just my
I'm
absolute
just a chicken wing
all-time
girl.
favorite. You're a chicken wing.
I'm a chicken wing girl.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna grab a little bit of lime, pop this in here
Okay.
using the other hand that I didn't touch the chicken with, obviously. Just mix that up. You're gonna get a bit of a whisk going in here if you want it slightly smoother. And then in goes our chipotle seasoning. It's quite spicy. Give it a taste before you use it. But it's got all sorts of other yummy things in there, like cumin, salt, pepper. So also be sort of mindful when you're seasoning how much you're going to add to it.
Right.
And then that's what you're going to use for our chicken. Finish it off with some... Are you winning there? So the key with that as well is do it in batches. Don't dump all of the chicken in there. Otherwise, it's going to bring the temperature of the oil all the way down. And you're going to end up with undercooked chicken.
Okay.
Finish it off with a little bit of coriander.
Cool.
We're going to get some lime in there, a little bit extra spice on top.
Wow.
And
that looks
ta-da.
absolutely amazing. I can't wait to sink my teeth into that. And of course, our website, afternoonexpress.co.za, has all the details. Let's head back to the couch with Danilo and our next guest.
Indeed, the man I'm sitting with has been on stage and on screen for many, many years. He's been in Shakespeare productions to Generations productions. He's pretty much done it all. Joining us on the couch is veteran actor, director, and founding member of Cape Heart Community and Educational Theatre Company, Ivan Abrahams. Now, Ivan, it's always a huge honor for me to sit down legends in our theatre and TV industries because there's a lot of wisdom that comes with the many years that you've been involved with the work that you do.
Yes.
And I'm sure there must be so many highlights. Please take us through some of your greatest highlights of your career so far.
Oh, as you're saying, there were a lot of highlights, and especially when I had to perform overseas. You know, we did an Afrikaans play in Australia. We did a play in Geneva, Switzerland, and another play about berges in London, you know.
Yes.
So,
Well, that's lovely, a berg.
yeah, a berg,
Lovely
yeah.
production, that one. I really
they
enjoyed
don't call
it.
it a berg, they're vagrants, you know. So anyway, and then there's my production with the Tempest with Sir Anthony Sher and John Carney, and that was interesting. You know, the big names and how they fight to be
Ahead of each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a nice competitive space to be in.
Lovely.
Yeah,
and
it
then we
grows you.
toured the whole of England, and it was well received.
Yeah, you got a very cool opportunity at a very young age to start traveling overseas. After you finished your BA,
Yes.
you were offered to go and study in London, I think it was, right?
Yes, twice.
Yeah,
on a
tell us more
directing
about
course.
those sort of
Oh,
things.
that was also interesting, and they gave me a couple of professional actors from the West End to direct.
Wow.
You know, and and the thing in London, you know, they say the director, you sit in your chair, you don't go on stage.
Yeah.
So I was doing my test. And there I went to the stage and I said, oh, what the hell am I doing here? Sorry, I'm going to go back. Go back. So, but it was a very interesting experience there. And if I can say, two of us, one actor from London and myself, passed the exams with distinction.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's
And
such...
of course, my usual educational kind of work that we do in schools and in the community.
Well, let's talk more about that now, because obviously as an actor, you've gone through an entire journey of being on screen, of being on stage. That love has really come through you, but you have a very, very big heart, not only for animals, but also, like you said, for the community and bringing theatre to the communities and bringing an educational element to it.
Yes.
And let's talk more about the foundation that you're involved with, and why is this such a big passion of yours?
Because it is Cape Heart Community and Educational Theatre Company. And that started way back in '82 with the then Coloured Affairs, you know, when they send the people out to schools tours and you work, the audience is right there.
Yes.
It's not like a stage show. And we did the set works. And that was very, you know, I enjoyed that. And I could see, you know, they understand the work better. And then when the curtain came down on the then KPAB in 1997, myself and 6 others decided to start Cape Heart Community and Educational Theatre Company, and we are still doing it. We're still going to the schools. It's hard work. No makeup artists, no stage manager. You will go and you will pack the chairs yourself.
Shows the sign of a true actor.
You must go through that hard. You know, some of our new actors, they just want to jump to TV and, you know, soapies, and then...
I want to be a star.
I want to be a star. I mean, you go on stage, they can't even project past the footlights. So, you know...
So, Ivan, in terms of this career of yours, it's obviously it spans over many, many years. And like you said, there are many highlights that have come through. There's lots of educational involvement through it. But theatre as an art medium, I think in our South African communities, is not something that's growing. It's something that we almost seem to be shrinking. A lot of audiences, it's too easy for me to watch a movie at home. It's too easy for me to go and do something else instead of going to go watch theatre. Is theatre as a love and as a passion, as a creative art, dying slowly in our country?
It shouldn't be.
But is it?
I don't think about it. No. It's my passion. The thing is this,
I don't know can't hurt me.
There are still too many empty seats in our mainstream theatres.
But why?
And maybe it's money. Maybe it's the crime rate. I drove Monday into a volley of gunshots, you know, on my way to my company. And then the ignorance of what theatre, you know, with my people, they don't talk of a theatre, they talk about concerts, you know. And my auntie, bless her soul, she's dead now. When, you know, at that time I didn't introduce myself to the family. So my auntie asked me now, what kind of work are you doing? So I said, I'm in a theatre. And she asked, at which hospital?
Oh, goodness.
So, you know, I've got to educate my family too, but I did invite them, a lot of them, to the theatre where I was working, and after that they want to come to the theatre even more.
Wow.
So there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think then maybe we should take more theatre to the community so they can get used to that, and maybe more of the magic of theatre, the lights, the sounds, you know, bring that with, and then, you know, get them in, and you know, and then you can leave your film till late 12 o'clock at night and you can watch theatre on TV.
Exactly.
You know?
I think it's this culture of theatre watching that we're missing out on. I think people don't understand the importance of going to a venue and seeing somebody do something they love so much and getting involved in what they are, and those lights and that really dark theatre. It's an experience more than going to sit in a movie theatre where you just sort of like zone in and you zone out.
And it's magic of being this person now, and he's on stage. Somebody else, a bergie, stinking, you know, because when we played a bergie, we had to wear our clothes soaked in old Kaapse wyn.
So and you could smell it from the stage?
Yes. No, we go into the audience.
Oh, wow.
We go into the audience and we ask for money and they smell. You know.
So you are creating more of an experience, I think, for theatregoers than just something like watching a cinema film or watching something at home, and it's an outing together.
Yes, magic, and you know, theatre's about surprises. You know what happened on the town.
Surprises.
Yes.
So, Ivan, young people that are watching now who are maybe not involved in the theatre or involved in the educational side of theatre, what are your pearls of wisdom for young actors and thespians out there?
I think young actors must first go through the hard work. That is why I am happy that our company, we take on all the young actors, you know, the less experienced actors, so they can go through the hard work. A lot of those people in the soapies or on TV came through the education and through Cape Heart.
Sure.
And they have learned, you know, what it is for hard work to go into the communities, get up early in the morning. And most of our acts actually came from the rural areas. But they have to be...
How are they going to get there? To walk?
They've got to be there even 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Because their first show is 9 o'clock.
And there's a deep passion, I think, for it.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love about you. It kind of just, seeps out of your pores, this passion for theatre. And I know you're involved in the new production. We'll talk more about Sina in the Suburbs a little bit later on. So make sure you stay for that a little bit. But you're out there in South Africa. Don't go anywhere, because after the break, I chat a bit more about Heart Month. And there's a little surprise in store for him as well. We'll be right back.
Any occasion, anytime. Nobody makes better tea than you and 5 Roses.
Welcome back. Now, getting fit and keeping in shape is not always easy, but if the gym or the sweat class isn't quite your style, there's always a good old-fashioned walk to clear your head and stretch your limbs. Today's Shelf Fitzy tip is right on schedule for the ladies who want to walk it off. So here are your tips to a better stride.
Walking regularly is part of a healthy lifestyle and one of the easiest ways to stay in shape. So, let's go. Way to go. On the beach, walking on sand is great exercise and strengthens feet and calves. In the mountains, lose excess weight and enhance your general health. At the park, being surrounded by green is very relaxing, especially if you live in the city. What to wear? The best socks are made from breathable materials. Pick socks with flat seams to avoid blisters. It's important to choose shoes based on the type of terrain so the soles can absorb shock and provide appropriate support for your feet and ankles. In addition, the shoes need to be flexible with stable and comfortable heels. Stay fresh. Scholl Fresh Step Foot Powder has an instant deodorizing effect, keeping feet dry and minimizing odor all day long. Tech support. Use a pedometer or an app on your phone to count your steps and keep track of your performance. Mind your posture. Hold your head up, abs in, with your back straight. Try not to slump. Don't forget the music. Load up your phone with your favorite music to fill you with energy and keep you amped on your walk. Treat your tired feet. After your walk, massage your feet using circular motions with your thumbs, moving across the ball of the foot and alongside the sole, pressing firmly down on the heel. Keep up the good work.
Walking your way to a summer body just got a little bit easier. So don't miss the chance to win the ultimate summer vacation for two to Reunion Island. This is what you need to do. First, make sure your feet are ready for their moment in the spotlight with the Scholl Velvet Smooth electronic foot file. Then snap a footsie, that's a selfie of your feet, looking velvet smooth, and enter via Twitter or Facebook using the hashtags #footsie, #Afternoon Express. And do please use the hashtags. Don't tweet the presenters directly. Winning that island holiday of your dreams couldn't be easier. T's and C's apply, so please visit the Afternoon website for details. Afternoon Express website for details, I beg your pardon.
From wild nature to clear blue lagoons, Reunion Island offers the traveller a unique adventure, exploring a diversity of landscapes and cultures in one exceptional environment. Classified as a World Heritage Site, Reunion Island's stunning landscape allows you to travel from a volcanic desert into a tropical forest, all in a day. Enjoying the harmony of the island, you can experience a variety of cultures and tastes, from Asian cuisine to Creole markets. Reunion is paradise found. To enter, take a snap of your feet looking velvet smooth and enter via Twitter or Facebook using the hashtags Footsie and Afternoon Express.
Scholl Velvet Smooth electronic foot file. Perfectly smooth skin after one use.
It's one of my favorite things about the show, all the incredible prizes we get to give away to you, South Africa. Now, September is Heart Health Awareness Month, and according to statistics, 1 in 4 deaths each year in men and women are caused by heart disease. The good news is that it often can be prevented if people make healthy choices and manage their health conditions. The best part, however, is that communities, families, and health professionals can assist you, but it all starts with awareness. So we asked a few people when last they had time, or when last they took the time and had their blood pressure and cholesterols checked. Well, let's see what they had to say.
So the last time I did my blood pressure and cholesterol was last week.
The last time I got my blood pressure and cholesterol checked, I honestly can't remember.
2 months ago.
The last time I had my blood pressure and cholesterol tested was earlier this year.
My blood pressure I checked about a month ago, and then my cholesterol I checked with my annual checkup this year in February.
So some mixed responses there, but it seems that most people have been good enough about their regular checks. So we have registered dietitian Dr. Kelly Schreuder joining us in the loft today. Tell us a little more about the idea of Heart Health Awareness Month. Obviously, September is a big month. So one thing I've learned is don't break up with people because that hurts your heart.
That is true.
Don't fall in love, that hurts your heart.
Yeah, you should avoid love in general. Love hurts.
So, Kelly, let's talk more about Heart Health Awareness Month and what are some of the things we're facing in our country in terms of heart health?
What is really important for us to understand is that heart health is a big issue in South Africa. Heart disease and strokes are the second biggest killer after HIV and AIDS. So we are at risk as a population. And the big thing about heart disease is that it's preventable. Many cases of it are completely preventable if you know what's going on, you get help for it, and you make lifestyle changes.
And I also understand it's reversible if you do manage to get something wrong with your sort of cholesterol.
It can be.
Sort of reversible. So there's many years you might lose from smoking. You can always make those years back if you choose to change your lifestyle in many ways.
Exactly. And the trouble is that some of the big risk factors like cholesterol and blood pressure are completely silent. So you won't know if you're sitting there with high blood pressure. You don't know if your cholesterol's high until it's too late. So we do need to check, we need to screen for these things, and then you can make changes.
So you've brought Dominic with you. Now, Dominic looks very, very serious back there. He looks like he's about to inject me with something, and I'm very nervous about his presence sitting here. He seems to be nodding very clearly about the fact that it is a silent killer. What exactly does that mean, Kelly?
Well, just what I was saying before, that you don't know that it's there. So
how can we not know? Do you not can feel that your heart's under strain or that your blood is thick? Or...
You might, but not necessarily.
Okay, so we need to make some real big lifestyle changes.
You do, and you need to check. So that's what Dominic is going to do for us. Well, for you today.
I'm nervous. Dominic, what do I have to do?
Is this the arm?
It's a very straightforward test. You can do it quickly. That's why we're doing it now to show you how easy it is and how painless it is.
Okay.
The cholesterol test is a quick finger prick test.
Yes.
And then the blood pressure is just a quick cuff around your arm just to check what's going on. So we're going to see what your values are.
Amazing. Before we get into that, I wanted to ask you how often we should get this done, because it's something that a lot of people maybe get confused about. Should I go once a year, once a month, once a week?
Well, the Association for Dietetics recommends once a year. So that's if you don't have any other risk factors, if you don't have any history of heart issues. You might need to have it checked more often if your doctor tells you to have it checked more often, but once a year when you're an adult is a good plan.
Okay, so kind of combine them all into these regular checks of yours that you can do. So Dominic, you can come and join me here and you can take this in the meantime. I'm going to try and stay distracted and speak to Kelly because pricking things and whatever is not my favorite.
It's best if you keep quiet and just relax for a bit.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, so keep quiet and relax and work on TV. Do you know this, Dominic? It's my job. Kelly, obviously you're a registered dietitian and you're very involved with people's households and trying to make them eat healthier. What are some of the lifestyle changes we can make to improve things like cholesterol?
Okay, so healthy eating helps everything. So it helps you if you have bad blood sugar control, it helps you if you have heart issues, it helps you maintain your weight. So we're not talking about only eating for good health for your heart. We're talking about good health in general. So the advice that I give is very consistent. Eat more vegetables. You know, that's a really big thing. Vegetables contain antioxidants, anti-inflammatory nutrients that are really good for your heart, but also your whole body and your general health. Another thing is healthy fat. So not too much saturated fat, more avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and oily fish. So those omega-3 fatty acids that you get from fish, they're not so easy to get from other places. So eat your oily fish with sardines and pilchards and snook.
So what causes cholesterol?
Cholesterol it's an inflammatory state in your body. Well, when it causes heart disease, it's an inflammatory state. So you can consume cholesterol, you can consume too much cholesterol. Too much saturated fat in your diet is also associated with cholesterol, and sometimes it's a family history. So you might have too much cholesterol in your blood. Then what happens is it forms a bit of a plaque around your blood vessels inside, and sometimes it can get inflamed and blocked up, and that causes heart attacks and strokes.
So I'm relatively young, and in terms of my health, I would assume that I'm still quite healthy at my age. I thought cholesterol was an old man syndrome.
Well, you see, it's a lifestyle disease, so if you're not taking care of yourself, it can become worse as you get older.
Okay.
But it's a really good idea to check now.
Well, the idea of checking, I think, is very important. I'm glad we're dealing with it today. Well, Clicks, in partnership with the National Department of Health, is providing free blood pressure and cholesterol screenings in all Clicks clinics during September, funded by the Clicks Helping Hands Trust. Remember that a quick 15-minute health screening can detect serious health conditions and potentially save a life. And that's what I'm doing right here. It's something quick and simple. I didn't even know that he had done the prick already. Is that finished?
All done.
I didn't even notice it had happened. So that was very, very simple.
You can present a show and have your cholesterol checked.
Done at the same time. I honestly didn't feel that, to be honest. But that's weird. Results, Dominic?
Still running.
Still running.
Your blood pressure is quite good. It's 120 over 75, so you can still go a few years.
Is that correct? 120 over 75?
Yeah,
what should it be?
You want it to be about 120 over 80, so 120 over 75 is great.
So how do I get that 75 to 80?
No, you don't need to get it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Low is good.
Low is good.
Low is a good problem to have.
Okay, amazing. I heard a beep. Does that mean my cholesterol's checked?
Cholesterol is 4, so that's also good.
What should it be?
You want it to be under 5, your total cholesterol. You want it to be under 5. So if you want a more detailed cholesterol test to check your good versus your bad cholesterol, you need a proper blood test. So if that is not right, then you might be advised to go to your doctor to get a proper blood test to check what's really going on.
Oh, amazing, 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 amazing. I'm really excited about this sort of test because I never get them done very regularly because it's too busy. Everyone gets kind of busy in their schedules. So it's really nice to know that it's simple, it's quick, and it's easy and can be done just like that. Something that's not going to be contributing much to my cholesterol, Bonnie's in the kitchen.
Now, Clicks is giving away one heart health hamper, which includes the new Smart Life by Cambrook, Super Blender, and Smart Bite Foods products worth 1,500 Rand. All you have to do is SMS the keyword Clicks to 33728, and you could be our lucky winner. SMSs cost R1.50. T's and C's apply. Visit afternoonexpress.co.za to find them. After the break, Danilo learns how to cook an octopus, and we're back on the couch with our guests. We'll be right back.
Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express South Africa. The kitchen restaurant at Maison Wine Estate in Franschhoek is owned by Chris Weiland, the same owner of Weiland's Furniture and Homeware Store. Today we are thrilled to welcome the kitchen's head chef, Arno Janse van Rensburg of Ginger and My Yoga fame into the loft. Very well, welcome.
Thank you.
So now, Arno, I hear we're making something absolutely, what do you call it, exotic in the kitchen today. We've made some fried chicken, and now we're moving to something a little bit more delicate.
Yeah,
Tell us about
octopus,
it.
yeah. So today we're going to cook octopus on the grill. It was pre-cooked 45 minutes. The whole recipe takes about an hour, so need a bit of time for this one.
Sure. Well, we had a big debate yesterday on the live show because we were talking about the difference between calamari, between squid and octopus. I always understood that calamari and squid were the exact same thing, just two different parts of the same animal.
No, it's completely different. The squid has got like a pen sort of needle that runs through it, like a backbone almost, where the octopus is completely free-flowing.
But that's an octopus. But then
Yes.
what about the difference between a squid and a calamari? That's the same thing. That's what I always thought.
Yeah.
So one is just the head part, the big white thing with the little flaps on the
Yeah.
side. Another one's just those little legs that pop at the bottom.
Tentacles, yeah.
Glad we busted that myth. Done and dusted right here in the kitchen on Afternoon Express, and you caught it right here. So let's get started. I know it takes forever to make this recipe, but we're going to show you simple steps in the process. One of those happens to be grilling this octopus, right?
So like I said, we pre-cooked this one. It takes about 45 minutes on a very medium to low sort of heat with the lid on. So it cooks in its own juices, basically.
Oh, okay, so it's got a nice oceany feel.
Yeah, so I normally just finish it off on the braai or on the griddle pan or whatever.
So before we chuck that on, because it's going to make a lot of sizzling, I want to find out more about your experience in the restaurant world. The sort of environment you've created there is incredible. With all of Weiland's furniture and things, it's just a full-on experience. But your food is incredibly delicate. Tell us more.
Well, yeah, we try and do like things that's on the farm. We harvest things from the farm, vegetable garden, farmers around the area, good meat suppliers who work quite closely with all of those guys as well. So
You've done exactly the same thing with all the furniture. It must be so cool working with like Weiland stuff in your kitchen. It's like a dream of mine. Okay, so I can help you grill this, though. I will probably show me how to do that.
Yeah,
so
just got to oil it.
Just a bit of olive oil, you chuck over.
And then just in the griddle pan.
Cool. All of them on just like that, hey?
Yes.
You've obviously made this griddle pan as hot as possible, so you want it to...
so watch out for that, eh?
Yeah, so it doesn't just fry all over me.
So you just want a nice, like, even caramelization on both sides. We can flip it over in about a minute or so. So a bit more oil.
In the head. Cool. And we're going to be turning this into a salad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, kind of a salad. We'll build like a whole dish with it. You can see all the nice ingredients we have here. Also from the garden, the citruses. We've got 4 different citrus. Pangratata, which is like a dried, fried breadcrumbs.
Yum.
Different herbs and like nice nasturtiums also from the garden.
Amazing. The citrus seems to be the flavor of the season that we've moved into. So I'm glad you've got a nice mixture of those. Very, very cool. What is this now?
Pangratata is like a fried breadcrumb with, they normally put like thyme and garlic and that sort of stuff with it. It's from an old Italian traditional recipe where the old, like the poor people, they couldn't afford parmesan cheese to put on their pasta, so they fry these old breadcrumbs. And that's what they put on their pasta.
Amazing. So obviously the salad needs to be assembled. Can I help you in any way to start getting this ready? Or do you have to wait
we're
for
going
this
to
be
put the
done?
octopus down first, and then we're going to layer it up like that.
Okay. So octopus as a sort of flavor is quite delicate, as we know. It's got a very distinct flavor to it, and it's probably one of those delicacies that people you either like or don't, depending on the look of what the fish looks like. What other things can we create with something like octopus?
Well, we've been cooking with octopus now for about 3.5 years on the farm. Experimenting a lot of ways with it. We've made terrines, we've made salads, we've made all kinds of different things.
Okay. So it is quite a versatile, well, can be quite versatile if you know what to do with it.
It just needs to be cooked well as well, you know? It's very easy to not cook it so well.
Cool. So I'm going to flip these over like you said I should do. They're looking like they're doing well. And the smell you're getting from this octopus is amazing, and there's no flavors on here, nothing whatsoever. This is just the pure octopus.
Yes. So we put it in a dry pot for about 45 minutes, and then it just cooks in its own liquid, basically.
Right. Well, just to show everyone how to assemble the salad, I'm going to take these out now in the meantime. We can chop them up because they are cooked. So let me place this on the tray there for you. You can start chopping that one up if you need to. Do you have a knife there?
No, that's perfect.
Oh, just like that?
Go like
you're going to
that.
serve them like this. Nice and simple and whole. Do you get different sized octopuses?
Yes, you get very big ones. The biggest one we've gotten in was about 12, 13 kilos, I would say.
Jeez. I know that when I was busy studying at university, I learned that the plural of octopus is octopodes.
Yes.
Or octopuses, whichever one you...
Octopuses, yeah.
Or octopodes,
That's
I learned was
one,
the other traditional one. I know everyone's been having this debate around making it not sound dirty, so now we know a reason to make it not sound dirty. Octopodes.
Yes.
It counts. Okay. So we're going to chuck all of those together, and we'll show you guys how the final product looks afterwards. And it's such an honor to have you with us in the loft. So thank you so much for coming to share some of your pearls of wisdom.
No problem.
Right here on Afternoon Express, you heard it here. We cooked with octopus first. Right now, the Bonnie's standing by on the couch to talk theatre.
First performed in the 70s with acting legends Marius Veyers and Sandra Prinsloo in the leads, the iconic South African theatre drama Siener in die Suburbs, meaning Prophet in the Suburbs, has had a modern makeover with the stellar cast including Charlene Surti Richards, Christo Davids, Crystal Donna Roberts and Ivan Abrahams, who we have in the loft today and we've chatted to earlier on. And joining us is the producer of the show, Alexa Strachan. Welcome, Alexa.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.
Yeah, lovely to have you. Now, this is considered a classic in Afrikaans literature, but you've chosen to adapt it with an all-coloured cast. Why did you go this route?
Well, the thing with classics is that it's a classic, so it's a universal play, it's a universal theme,
story.
It's timeless. It can be done in Chinese and it will still work because of the themes that will speak to people. And actually we wanted to honour the writer, Pierre du Plessis, we wanted to honour him because it was his 80th birthday.
Wow, that's incredible.
So we wanted to honour him with a new production and we took on this one.
It's a story about people, a story about a family that's struggling with their economic situation and universal themes. What have been some of the reactions to the play? And I know you have quite an interesting one from an audience member.
Yeah, the thing is with this play, because being this iconic Afrikaans boere play done by these guys, you get a mixed audience. So, and reactions differ completely because people laugh for different things. It's a cultural thing, I suppose.
Yes.
And we had one production, one show at, actually in the Cape, we had it, where a certain part of the audience started laughing and they wouldn't stop because they found things so funny. And then you had these English and Afrikaans whiteys who were so disgusted with these people laughing. And in the middle of a very dramatic scene, this one woman jumped up and he said, "It is not funny." And he sat down again and the whole audience went quiet. The actors, as a matter of fact, also a bit shocked. And then, okay, let's carry on.
What are some of the challenges with adapting such an iconic piece?
Oh, plenty. In the first instance, you are dealing with something that was actually perfect initially, and you will walk into huge expectations, and you let yourself open for huge criticisms when you start tampering with things. So at first, we actually wanted to adapt it completely, and we asked Oscar Peterson to adapt it for us, and then he kept reading and reading the play, and then he phoned me and he said to me, "Listen, I can't adapt this. This is perfect the way it is." So we actually didn't change a lot. We put it in a different sort of tongue for Jakes' character, but we didn't tamper on the production in its essence. We didn't tamper.
And I'm sure all the performers brought their own uniqueness. But we've run out of time, but we'll chat a little bit at our table when we're tucking into our fried chicken. After successful runs at the festival nationwide, be sure to catch Siener in die Suburbs at the Artklub Arts Festival in Potchefstroom from the 6th of October. We'll be right back after this.
Warm welcome back. Now, recently, Bonnie sat down with a child expert in Steyn City to find out what activities to incorporate into playtime with your toddler that will stimulate both the mind and the body of your growing child. Take a look.
Welcome to our Fresh Pack Natural Goodness series. Today we're focusing on toddlers and the activities that both mom and baby can engage in. And remember, at this age, it's so difficult to keep baby occupied because they put everything in their mouths and they have a short attention span. Welcome, Mel. Thank you so much for joining us. And who's this little man?
This is Luke. He's 22 months old. He's a very excitable little boy, enjoys playing outdoors, likes sorting through stones, and would happily excavate this garden if I let him.
Right. And does he pack them back up again?
No.
No, okay.
Still working on that.
Creating safe, stimulating and fun activities for your toddler can be quite a treat for you and your child, as nurse and midwife Hazel Daly explains. It's really difficult, but how do we keep toddlers interested and occupied?
Toddlers love to explore the world around them, so it's really good to encourage them to explore and see what's in the world. It's good to make sure that the environment's safe, so be careful of things like swimming pools and wet floors, but otherwise let them explore.
And why is sensory activity important for toddlers?
Sensory activities are really important because up until the age of 4, toddlers learn 60% of their learning through their sense of feel. I always tell the moms that when we go into a shop and we buy something, that we like to pick it up and feel it. It's because we're learning from that, and the more we stimulate that, the more they learn from us.
What are some of the activities we can set up at home?
A washing basket, which we all have at home, and a couple of ping pong balls. Put those inside the washing basket. Let your toddler climb inside and retrieve those balls. It works on their spatial awareness, which is working out how big they are in the world, where they will and won't fit into. You can also use the table, invert a table, put the balls on there, wiggle them around. Again, working on hand-eye coordination to catch the balls, retrieve the balls. Bread tags and a shoelace. We all have got a shoelace. Let them thread those tags onto a shoelace. It works on their fine motor coordination and their hand-eye coordination. So it's all things that's stimulating the love of learning in our toddlers.
And what about the outdoors?
Outside we can do things like blowing bubbles. The toddler chases after them, mom blows them. Works well on their hand-eye coordination. Can put some cheap shaving cream onto a table and a bit of food colorant on top. Let them smear that around. It's lovely for their tactile stimulation. And then also just watering the garden, a little watering can, fill a bucket up with water and let them water the flowers. They love to do that. And again, they're learning basic math skills, how much water to put in the watering can, when it's full, when it's empty. It's really important that they play in the garden and they play with the different textures. Children learn 60% of their learning through their sense of feel until the age of 4. So that's why we need to expose them to all these different things, the water and the mud and the sand, aqueous cream, jelly. They're all very important to their stimulation. The more we stimulate those things, the more they learn, and they'll have a whale of a time in the garden. Yes, it's important to hydrate children, especially when they're busy, active outdoors. It's nice to give them some rooibos tea to drink. Fresh Pack Junior is a lovely tea to drink. It comes in a variety of delicious flavors. You can make some up and put it into their bottles, but please don't put any sugar in. It's sweet as it is. And just put those bottles in the fridge and they're nice and cold for when they're ready to drink. Mom can also stay hydrated with Fresh Pack Rooibos. You can have it as an iced tea or as a hot tea to enjoy.
Very interesting, thank you. There you go, some great tips and ideas to keep baby occupied and busy. Until next week, keep well with the natural goodness of Fresh Pack Rooibos.
Fresh Pack. Goodness comes naturally.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to say goodbye right here on Afternoon Express. This food looks delicious. Guests, thank you so much for joining us in the loft today. And to the rest of you in South Africa, have an amazing Heritage Day tomorrow. Enjoy the time off. And we are really going to celebrate with you live right here on air on Afternoon Express, 4 to 5 p.m. Good night. Happy eating.
Coming up tomorrow on Afternoon Express, in celebration of Heritage Day, we're treated to a performance from 2 of South Africa's top cultural acts, Real Dance Group and die Crystal Donna Roberts, and jazz ensemble Abavuki.
Another feel-good production.